being, and he gave us all the earth, all of it. Follow carefully, okay? All the earth given to you and me. So how and what happened that we are in debt on earth? Huh? If your father give you everything, everything, then over the time, now you are in debt. You owe somebody. On the same earth that is given to you. It might sound a little bit funny, but I suggest you follow me very carefully. I want you to notice a new principle introduced to earth that create a system of putting anybody in any situation of need and lack. When you look at divine design, you'll be amazed. It is so perfectly balanced. God creates man, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. He did not just create man, he created man in his own image. And that image of God is selfless love, because God by nature is love. Then verse 29, he gave man what to eat. It said, and God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth. Follow carefully the provision right there. And every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. We are in the summer. Anybody drive, if you are living around New York, drive a little bit out of the city. You'll be surprised with abundance of berries, blackberries, any kind of berries, and the fruit. There's so much things available. Then in chapter 2, God said to cultivate. And that is before sin. The garden was entrusted to Adam to work. That is before sin. So there is a design that has provided everything. And then man is to work to manage right. It's about managing what God has already provided. When it's done properly, it should be okay. Until we introduce something new. Let me take some example that might be much practical and easier to understand. I'm going to give you an example from my country, from my region, where I come from. We are in the mountains and forests. We have a large space, so much. And how things used to be, follow carefully. When a father have a son, the family have a lot of land. He will have a portion of that land for his son. And start planting for the son. Fruit trees, nut trees, whatever will be needed. By the time that child is 10 or 15, he had his life well set up. And he will do it like that for his children as well. And people don't know, what do you mean by this no food? Like, what do you mean? People don't understand that. I remember very clearly, recently, 1992, not 93 to be accurate. We used to go for fishing. You don't need to carry any food with you. Why? Along the river, you have so much fruit, berries, nuts. You can never finish to eat. A lot of sugar cane. Like, you don't need to carry food at all. In the summertime, you're not going to school, so it's like, okay. It is such a thing. You fish, you get some fish. It was just a life, so simple. Until the whole mentality, well, by my time, it's already changed anyway. It was done. So in 1950s, yeah, around there, even before, they start introducing strongly the idea of not trusting the land. It's too much work. So the emphasis was on school only. And then when the other parents start seeing the children of their neighbors coming down from the city with a very nice car, lifestyle start changing, guess what? People abandon farming, their plantation, everything. They want to head to the city. Before you know it, right now, China needs to send food to my country. And the food become very expensive. Something that was available abundantly. I was in the Cameroon from 2004 to 2008. And we were having some AY stuff. And what do we find? It was a huge banana, whatever. I don't know how you call it, the whole head of it, right? And then a big pot, properly covered with the instruction. It is for anyone passing by and is hungry. You put banana, any kind of fruit, avocado, whatever you can eat if you are passing by and you are hungry. Think about that. When you go in deep, not in the city though, if I'm in the city, you take that in the city, you are in trouble. But they still have that mind of abundance until everyone change around. Back then, our clothes, who made the clothes? The local tailor made the clothes. That was their job. Now what happened? China sent cheap clothes, very, very cheap clothes. So people prefer the cheap one. And guess what happened? Now all the tailor need to close their business and do something else. Farmers, they can't compete because Europe and all send wheat that they grow with chemicals and abundantly and send it very cheap. So the farmer can compete with them anyway because they're using machine and chemicals. So they send food in abundance and it's full of chemical anyway to preserve it. So the farmer abandoned their farm, tailor abandoned their shop. It's how quickly you establish another system and people start suffering. Poverty is installed, people are getting hungry, and people are getting sick from the food they're eating. Before you know it, it's another system. Just to give you an idea, that when you're talking about financial problem, it's not about money. It's about a system being introduced. I beg you get this incorrectly. Because when you understand that and you switch from Babylon system into godly system, you're going to see your financial problem start solving like this quickly. 1, 2, 3. And I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, even today, even the Caribbean people can testify. America lied to the Caribbean, don't plant coconut trees. Back then, coconut oil will clog up your artery, clog up your heart. That was a lie. It's the complete opposite. Why they did that? They don't want people to start growing coconut trees a lot because If you plant one tree of coconut, can stay there for 70 years and providing for you every year. You see that? You don't want that. And from the coconut, the shell can be used for doormat, for many things. Coconut oil, coconut shell, for charcoal. There is so much use for pharmaceutical medicine, so much use for coconut. Now you want to hear something? Indonesia, in Asia, anybody can Google that right now if you want to. They are number one producer of coconut in the whole world. Check it out. Look at it. They are also number one producing what? Palm oil, palm trees. They have about 13 million acres. Think about it. And agriculture occupies 41% of the economy of the country. Look at it. Because when you produce a lot of coconut, now you need a factory to process the coconut. Then you need a store to sell it. Then you need a driver to drive to carry this in from the farm. It creates a chain of jobs just like that. So when somebody introduces something else, it literally creates poverty right away. And I don't know if the government don't understand it or they are just part of the deal. Poverty is created. I really want you to get it. Poverty is something the devil introduced into this world. Please hear me right. Because you might talk to few people and their life will change. Poverty is a fabrication. Even right here in America, I observe the system very well. You go into school, they let the children pass. Even high school, whatever you don't do right or not, just pass. You know why they did it? So that you get to college and you can face the challenge of the college. You take a lot of loan, you are tied up in a school loan, you will never get out. Anybody get it? It's designed to keep people poor and control. Because when you are thinking about your basic need, about food and lodging, all of that, you cannot think about the word of God properly. You cannot think about inventing anything. That's how they control the society. Keep them weak and poor. Then give them church, and the church is for what? It's all right, you know you are a sinner, you can't do anything. Jesus died for you, you're going to heaven. That's another lie. The church belongs to the government, almost every church. You hear me right? The church, almost every church works for the government. Keep the people docile. That's the whole point. It's tempering and controlling people's mind. That is the role the church plays in society. Yes, with a little bit of, morality, stuff like that. But the main thing, keep the people docile and they submit blindly. And unfortunately, pastors, we are also working for salary. Unfortunately, we don't understand God's vision and the importance of a man of God in a society. You are God's mouth in a society. What? That is a powerful stuff. God-fearing pastor is more important than any president in any country because he can change generation, reverse poverty, change everything. If he can just use the word of God properly, then we don't understand our position. So unfortunately, we, submit to any kind of stuff, maybe for money. A lot of pastors we can't speak through because we're afraid. So the whole system, everybody needs to wake up. We got to wake up about the system of this world. And the churches, I want to get it correctly. I'm not referring to Adventist Church, but all the churches. By the way, what is the beast system? Beast system is Catholic system. It's church system. What is the image of the beast? Protestantism in America, apostate, church system. So who's going to bring the image, the mark of the beast? Is the beast system, church system, Catholic system, and the image of the beast will bring the mark of the beast. So who Satan is using to control this world? The church. You get it? So I'm trying to show us that a system established to create poverty and submit everybody to money control so that at the end, You cannot buy, you cannot sell unless you obey them. Do you get it? And they created a global system through UN. UN is created by the Catholic Church through the Jesuit. Go research for you can check it out. Or listen to Pastor Walter White, give you a lot of detail right there. And now through UN, through UNICEF, they educate the whole world into poverty and make everybody dependent on money and make sure you won't get enough. So poverty is created, and behind that, check every wall. The wall are created as well. Every single wall you seen out there is made up. So it's very important that we understand the system of the world that's creating poverty, lack of money, and everything so that they can control. Is that the real thing? So it's important that we get it correctly. So if you want to solve your financial issue, don't be looking for money. Switch system first. Are you hearing me? Switch the system. Change the system you're living by. You don't need to leave the system. Remember, we talked about kingdom in the past. You want to change any communist country into a democratic country, you don't need to change the territory or the presence of people. Change the laws. Change the functioning principles. That's it. So the very moment you change the functioning principle of your life into God's principle of functioning with God's laws, guess what is going to happen? You're going to operate in God's system, and things are going to change. So this evening, we're going to talk about the 7P, okay, for finance. What is God, purpose, and vision for it? The 7P. So last week, we did the 7P for life. And in the evening, we did the 7P for health. This morning, we did 7P for marriage. Now we're doing 7P for finance. And all of it is under what? God kingdom perspective. We obey what God says straight from his throne. Now watch this. Why the Jew? Wherever you go, it can be UK, America, wherever you go, the Jew have a system you cannot break. Where they get it from? They learn it from God. And they did not even apply fully what it takes. That means about system. It's not about money. Are you following me? In your household, you don't lack money. You have a system that is creating the need you have. I know you have a lot of questions. You disagree with me. It's fine. But I'm very sure about what I'm saying. I encourage you to patiently look at it closely. You'll be very shocked to see that your lack of money, your poverty is planned by somebody. So when you want to talk about finance, we need to talk about system first. Now, you can go further. If somebody making maybe $100,000 a year, they say they make 6 figures. All right, great. But you're doing that job for the last 10 years, 20 years. Where is the money? They take it right back. Pay car insurance, house, property tax, insurance, next, and at the end of it, look at the whole salary, it's gone. And then when you lose your job, you can lose your house, lose everything, go right back to square one. I know somebody personal, having 6-figure job for more than 17 years, or even 18. When the person lost the job, they cannot afford to pay the mortgage, everything. They had to lose the house, lose everything. Tell me, you never ever own a real. Somebody is behind a system created. So it's important to understand that. So for that reason, God gave, amen, a true adventism to this world. It's a system, it's a God divine system. For He give us health system. How we can live up to 100-year-old without trouble. Yeah. How we make our food medicine. Then He give us educational system. Then He give us system for marriage so our family can be very balanced. So that we don't divorce and get everything confused and end up in a lot of debt. He gave us system of faith, system of health, system of family, system of education, and that will help us to have a divine economy on earth. The same He did it for the Jew. And what He had given to us was much powerful than the one the Jews had. So when we want to talk about God, purpose, and vision for our financial life, we got to talk about systems so well. I wish we have a time. I'll go in detail through systems. You will study powers for a few thousand years, how any nation rise into power. You will see it's a strong principles. Anybody know that in 1980s, China was very poor? Check it out. After the Second World War II, look at the economy of Japan. It was very low. So how Japan can come right back quickly to talk to the first, let me see, the second powerful economy. It was sometime back then. How China get up, how any country can get to power, how a system go up. You'll be very surprised that poverty is a system thing. No money fall from heaven. The last time I checked, not even a penny come down from heaven. So when somebody is poor, there's a system that drain the money out from their pocket. Okay? So start looking for the money. It's not lost. Hello? Oh Lord, help us. Anybody hear me? The money is not lost. So stop looking for it. Change the system you live by. So is that being said? Let's get into it. So let's look at the 7P for finance. P number 1 is God, purpose, and vision for, I would say, self-sufficiency. So what God has given us in the beginning. The first thing God has given to human being is His image. That is the first and a real provision of God against any poverty. I want you to follow me very well, please, because that is the key. God did not give anybody any money. Nope, we fabricate money on earth to quantify value. So the first and only thing God has given us, His image. Second thing is, He gave us the whole earth to manage. Give us the whole earth to manage. It's about managing. Now, to be able to manage, you need what? God image. And that image is very creative. You see this chair, God never gave anybody any chair. He gave us the trees and whatever else you need. Now with His image, you're going to make a chair. So anytime you see poverty, that means God's image is not being properly used. I was watching something lately. Anybody can Google that if you want to. More than 70% of electricity in France More than 70. Oh my goodness. It's coming from uranium. Where they get it from? From a poor country in Africa called Niger. Not Nigeria, though. Another one called Niger. Very large country. And that country don't have enough electricity. I don't think even 20% have electricity. But France get everything from them to have electricity for their people. They have all the resources. But the image of God is not properly used for creativity, for science, for stuff like that. So poverty is not because you lack anything. Are you hearing me? I guarantee you, right now, somebody give you $1 million, you're gonna waste it. Why? When you have a mind that is poor, all the money on earth will not be enough for you. I guarantee you. It's not about money. It's about principle of functioning. It's the way we are educated. It's the principle we function by. That's where poverty is coming from. Let me ask you a question. You ready? When was the last time you take any seminar on money? Like just to learn, or you read a book on just money, not finance though, just money. What is money? Do you ever study money? Are you using it? And wherever there's a lack of knowledge, people will perish. If you don't have a knowledge about money, you will surely be poor, guaranteed. So God's purpose and vision when it comes to the finance for human beings is to make us a steward. That is his purpose and vision, to manage the earth for him. For that reason, he gave us his image. So that is step number one. Let's not share the screen still because it might be necessary for somebody that's new. So God's purpose and vision for our life when it comes to finance is what? Managing. That is his purpose and vision for you. Why? You didn't bring anything on earth, you never carry anything away. You are on earth for a time just to manage. Get that things right. There's no such a thing as somebody is rich. Now, sorry, the day you are living, leave everything behind. You don't own anything. All the $1 billion you can have, you don't own a penny. You don't own anything. You're gonna be buried naked as you come. They can dress you up, but you go in naked anyway. So it's about management. Please, am I making sense? You can be a billionaire. You are not taking anything anywhere. You can own the whole Manhattan. The day you are dead, Manhattan will remain and you go down. So the time you are living on earth, God give you responsibility to manage. And then he gave us his image. So number two, provision. So God provide. What he provide for us to be able to manage, he provide his image, number one. And number two, he provide the whole earth and everything for us. In that provision, for them food, he provide all the food. Then he asked Adam, manage it. Anybody get me? Genesis 1:29, God gave her all the food. He created everything. Chapter 2 says, manage it for your own good. If you manage it right, you're going to always have food. Okay? I remember very well, we used to go to North Plantation. We have acres of coffee farm. We have a lot of cow, thousands, a lot. Around 93, we went to the farm and there was a buffalo that fought one of our heifer, right? And he was agonizing. And my father asked to kill him, to kill it, cut the throat, let the blood shed out. And trust me, I didn't know anything about being a plant-based. I was everything based. I was not Adventist yet. Okay? And you're gonna be eating that cow, that beef every day for the next how many weeks? I don't even know. But you go there today, there was nothing's there. Why? Mismanagement. From 93 to 2023, so only 30 years. Everything's gone. Why? Everybody went to school, everybody traveled around, everything's left like that. And it slowly disappeared. It's management. It's about management. I really want to say this, but I wish I can. God say management. Manage. And Christ came, did the same thing. The parable of the talent. Give 5, he gave 2, and he gave 1. So go and manage it. Give your time for it. It's about managing. God has provided everything. He provided earth. You don't need to create the earth. You don't need to create any seed. You don't need to create sun. You don't need to create rain. You don't need to create anything. Everything is provided. You are not managing right. You're not managing right what? God's image. That image of selflessness expressed in creativity, in selfless service. Managing. So in the next provision God has made, we go to Genesis. He gave us all the provision. He provides rivers, provide a garden, provide the trees, everything. And then say, man, cultivate, manage the thing right, bring the best out of it. That's how God provides for food, for all you need. He gave you things to manage, give you time to manage, give you family to manage, give you a relationship to manage, give a lot of things to manage. You mismanage, then next minute, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So provision, God provide the earth, provide the food, provide the medicine, provide everything for us. When somebody have cancer, they don't know herb or things that they can use. A lot of them die. Why? They can't manage God's provision. They don't learn it. A lot of you take level 2. We tell you, I spent a whole presentation on how to prevent breast cancer. And I promise you, if you do that thing right, you'll never have any breast cancer in your life. If you manage that knowledge right, yeah, you will live cancer-free. But if you also mismanage, it can become a problem. It's about managing. So God has provided all we need. He provides image, he provides the earth, provides the sun, the soil, everything we need. He provides the Holy Spirit, the Holy Angel to protect us. He provides his teaching, his laws. These are provisions. All of their provision. Relationship, people God put on your way. And I can tell you relationship is much important than any degree. Are you hearing me? Learn to manage people properly. Manage relationship properly is more important than any degree, than any doctorate degree. Yes. If you learn how important are connection and relationship, you do it properly, you'll be so surprised what you can do. Yeah. Yes. I'm telling you the truth. Whatever you do right now, anything you like to do or anything you're good to do, you are a cook, you are anything you do, you are in computer science, anything, just get to manage people right. You'll be surprised. If you publish a cookbook right now, you know all you need? Someone who know how to connect to the big company that can publish your book, put it everywhere. People will buy it before they realize there's not that much in it. And thank God if you put more thing in it, then it will just keep flowing. Yeah. Connections, relationships are much powerful than degree. If you manage it right, your time, if you manage your time right, these are provision God has given us. So people, talent, God image, everything are provided for us to manage. Number 3, principle and laws to fulfill that purpose, to get your financial things right. So we're going to go again back to the beginning. God's system, remember, the number one law is the expression of God's selfless image. I have a question for you. When the inventor wants to invent something, is it really for themselves? No. If you look at it carefully, there is a deep longing, something beyond human, that is willing to bring something beyond our capability. That's how invention come around. Somebody don't have wings. They just think that it must be possible to fly something. Where that's coming from? And then the person start managing that thought very well. And they start working on it. Their brother right. How they end up, with the aircraft. You just keep using that image of God, that creativity, using the time properly. And before you know it, one day have a little machine that fly a little bit. Oh, okay. We can do better than this. Today you have aircraft companies all over the place. Do you know how many things God has shown you in a dream? You just don't manage it right. God has revealed deep things to you in your dream. You didn't manage them right. Some of what you think was a nightmare. It was divine revelation. So the laws and the principle. So in Genesis chapter 2, we're going to look at a law. A very powerful law. Let's read. From verse 10 says, let me read from verse 9. It says this. Even from verse 8, let me read from verse 7. And the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and a man became a living soul. Verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden. Who planted a garden? God. Planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Verse 9, and out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, and the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Verse 10, and a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from hence it was parted, and it became into forehead. Verse 11, the name of the first is Pison. Verse 12, and the goal, okay, verse 13, the name of the second river is Gihon. And then Verse 14, the name of the third river is Hiddekel, and then the name of the fourth is Euphrates. Now I have a question for you. How you have two people and they need four rivers? Like how much water they need like that? It was not about them. It's about God setting up patterns, how things should be. Now, these two people are not just random people. This is a family. Everybody get it? Adam and Eve was, well, the first family. And God knows that they're going to have children. The children are going to have children, and children are going to have children. So he starts designing. Follow carefully. This is a garden for family. So what is the meaning of Eden? If you look at very well, Eden is not really a place. Eden is really a presence of God. So when God's presence left a place, it missed the point. For example, in the sanctuary, the most holy place, when you have the Shekinah glory, only that presence make it a most holy place. The very moment the people choose disobedience, abomination, and Shekinah glory is gone, it becomes nothing. Only divine presence. Same thing for Christian. Only the Holy Spirit abiding in you make you a Christian. The very moment it's gone, that's it. So it's very crucial that we get it right. It's God's presence. So the first problem in a family is not a lack of money. It's a lack of God's presence. And more than that, lack of God's selfless image in a husband and in a wife, then in the children. I suggest you listen carefully to this. This is a very, very profound principles. Eden, family, godly Christian family should be found in Eden, in God's presence. And who planted the garden? God, not them. God has provided everything. Who provided four rivers? God. Now the thing is, the river start by one river, then break into four. Great principle. So when a family has one stream of income, they have to find a way to break it into four streams of income. Get it? Because you're living today by money, so you got to create a four stream of income, and you will see things balanced right, but that's not what you need first. What you need first is what? Eden, God's presence. Then what? The garden. Then you are able to manage. Now you can have four streams of income very well. If you don't fear God, you mismanage. You're going to be sick and be dead. You're going to be sick and all the money will be drained into hospital bill and all the other bills. You get it? There are many of us, we don't understand tithing. Tithing and offering is not about giving money to the church. No. It's about management. This slavish, I'm sorry to use this kind of word. I don't like it sometimes. A slavish system of church that's teaching us to give the return tithe and offering to be blessed. It's evil. Because it betrayed the whole thought of God about tithe and offering. The only way for you to return tithe, God had to give you first. So how will you return it to be blessed? You are blessed first. God always bless you first, then he asks you to return tithe. So it's not about being blessed. Oh, Lord. And they're going to read Malachi 3 to scare everybody. If you don't do it, then the devourer will devour your stuff. So everybody gets scared, afraid. I don't want to be destroyed, so take the money quickly, and I want to be blessed, so give me the blessings. It's pure selfishness. It's a religious slavery. Tithe and offering is about divine economy. Go and read it. Go in Preacher and Prophet and read very well. It's about divine economy. It's a system. So God recommends that they return 25%, 10% for tithe, second 10% for second tithe, and 5% for the poor, the widow, and the needy. It's about economy. Then the Levi, though in charge of this sanctuary and all these things, will provide things, teaching, education, all of this stuff. Then we have the school of prophet. You have things set in place to educate. Then you have a family, everything else. So divine system is more than that. Follow carefully now. If you return your tithe and offering faithfully, and you violate the laws of health, and you get sick very badly, and you can't pay your hospital bills, are you blessed? No, you're not. Unless it's something that's not from your disobedience, but God allows something like in the case of Job, that's different. I'm trying to say that the mentality of returning the tithe to be blessed is purely evil. Return of tithe and offering is part of a bigger picture that I want you to see. It's part of having what? A godly marriage life, where husband and wife are really one. Spend time to pray and spend time for creativity. Ask God to inspire them to create something, to do something. And raising children God's way to develop their faculties, develop the trade. Then they are keeping the laws of health. They are healthy, so they will not spend any money to take care of the health issue. Then they're following the God purpose and vision for marriage, so they will not break their marriage and suffer. Do we know the stress in the family? It makes us unproductive. Many men on this line can tell you, when a man, I can talk about men. When a man have I would say, relatively a peaceful marriage life, he's 2 or 3 times productive. He will not spend his mind thinking about all the mistakes he has made in his marriage. No. His time is he want to take a glory to take care of his family. He want to create, he want to work, he want to do things. Just because he has peace of mind, he want to do things to protect, provide, and love his wife and children. The very moment that man start having disrespect, headache in a marriage, even one job is too much. It's like going to work hard and bring the money to take care of people that will return you only disrespect. That's how strong is the picture. Go and work hard and come home take care of people that will only offer you disrespect in return. It's not very appealing. Same thing for women as well. But women is abused in the family. She will do the very bare minimum. But the very moment she feel loved and cherished and what? Oh, woman is a factor of multiplication. She can multiply anything. Yeah, that is the power God gives to women. I wish they understand that very well. So when it's come to the laws of finance, well, I'm mentioning this because a lot of Christians base their finance on tithe and offering, then God will bless them. Stop. It's wrong teaching. And if all the blessing of God come from where? From obedience. You return your tithe and offering as just act of obedience to God and an act of proper management. So if God give you $100,000, you're going to return tithe 10,000, offering 10,000, another offering for the poor 5,000. You have 75,000 left. That 75,000 does not belong to you. You're going to buy food that will be medicinal to take care of your health. You're going to have a budget with your wife that things are done right. You don't do family budget, you're going to see all the money given away without knowing it. It will just strip out of your finger very quickly. It's about management. And when the wife is happy, oh, she will make things in amazing. We have no idea when women can manage. Absolutely. And I learned this thing in some ways. Huh? Because in the beginning of a marriage life, I had to go shop sometime. And I realized that we are not good in shopping, anything like that. And slowly I started learning, I'm like, oh, okay. And one of the experience that had taught me so well, I like okra soup, okay? Really well done. Use our coconut oil and everything, do it so nicely. But I used to go and buy it in pound. And I was thought like, that's not the right way. And then one day asked me to go and buy the whole case. And when I made the calculation, I was shocked. When you buy 1 pound, I don't know how much is it right now because I don't buy a pound anymore. 1 pound used to be $5, $4.99. So I would buy up to maybe 6, 7, sometimes 10 if I make the soup for the week. And then one day I was taught to go by the wife, said, look, buy the case. I'm like, okay. I bought the whole case for $48. 48. And the whole case has 16 ounces in it. 16 pounds, sorry. 16 pounds. To divide 48 by 16, you get what? $3. So on every pound, I was saving $2. 2 times 16, 32. So I was saving $32 in one purchase. I was like, what? How much that will be for a year then? Are you hearing me? So women are much qualified. That's why when we have a balanced family and the wife become very creative, she can do this, she can manage, you're going to save a whole lot of money like that. She will reduce a lot of expenses that you don't need. Only if you provide to that sister a safe place. She fully trusts the husband. You respect her, you cherish her, you provide everything. She will give back to you 10 times. But some of us, we are so stupid, we don't learn how to deal with, and then we create unnecessary troubles. And the same way women multiply what is good, she multiply also whatever is bad you give her. Every man heard it? So you want something good, make sure you give something good, and you're going to receive it 10 times. So a balanced marriage life is critical. It's very important for financial stability. Where do we get it from? Genesis chapter 2. Because by chapter 2, we are in trouble already. In chapter 2, you have a family in God's presence, 4 rivers, garden being watered, everything is properly designed, nothing is wrong. Everything is right. In chapter 3, the very moment sin enter, they need to run out of Eden. God's presence. Then suffering stopped. So you will see that number one financial issue is a marriage issue as well. When we say marriage issue, we're not talking about necessarily a good relationship between husband and wife. No, talking about foundations. There's a lot of stuff that are involved. It's not about just the good relationship between husband and wife. No. In divine design, God said, let's read something from the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, it should be 13. Proverbs 13, verse 22. It says, a good man leave an inheritance for his children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Normally in divine design, every man should manage in such a way that your children will receive inheritance from you. Guess what? In my culture, who give us land? Grandparents give us the land. Give land to the grandchildren. So you're growing up with things your grandfather has given you for the foundation. And that's what you're going to build. And then later on, welcome a wife into that. Now, when a man don't have this foundation, he's going to struggle because when a wife comes, oh, she's going to multiply a whole lot of stuff. She's going to turn you to be one. When she joins you, become two. She makes 3 children, become 5. She makes 4, become 6. If you don't stop it, she can lead you to 10. That's how powerful they are. So if you are not prepared, if the foundation are not properly laid, then we're going to enter into just a trouble because it's more than just a relationship between husband and wife. There's a system of functioning that needs to be set. Look at the Jew, how they do it. Anybody ever try to study the Jew marriage and what they give? Right here in New York, you'll be surprised. The Jew go to marry, you know how they give the people? They give them stocks. What? Anybody come in your wedding and give you stocks? They give them things to create a foundation for it. Can you imagine that? It's a strong system. We go to funeral to people in marry. Sometimes we expect just to take more from them. And what do we offer the people? Little things that they're going to use for today. Little gifts. It's not correct. It's wrong. Marriage need more than I love you, love me. They need foundation. They need structures. They need systems. Not just financially. You need finance. You need proper education. You need maturity. You need a whole lot of stuff. So when you have financial issue, there's a lot of violations. Mismanagement of time, of talent, the structures, foundation wasn't there, things are not set in place properly. Sometimes it's the lack of the counsel from the father and the grandparents. There's a lot of stuff missing. So financial issue is not something that just happened. No, it does not happen. It's a result of a lot of violation, directly or indirectly. Every young man before they get into any marriage should be helped by the father and the grandfather to be settled. If that is violated, then they're going to have a lot of problems. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm trying to say that when we're talking about money, don't look at the money. Look at the system. When you see lack of money, look at what has been violated. And then now we can start repairing from that level. So God put laws, how to set up family, how to set up everything. The very moment we violate this thing, we have a problem. Next one. Let's look at Adam before he get married. God created Adam, then put him in Eden. He planted a garden and everything. And in all of this, God knew he cannot do everything by himself. He needed a helper. You get it? So, sister, if you're looking for a husband, make sure you find that man in God's presence. Make sure he will be cultivating the garden God has planted. Make sure there's 4 rivers, 4 streams of income. You can create it, both of you can do it anyway, it's fine. But he had to show you the plan. Now, if you get married, and then both of you don't quickly get 4 streams of income created, and then you don't stay in Eden, God's presence, and then you don't manage the gardens, then we can predict you're going to have financial issue for the rest of your life or for a long time. In Eden, with the garden properly managed, with the image of God, with the 4 rivers, you cannot have any trouble. It's impossible. This is a seminar that should be given to even our teenagers and in the church. to understand what it takes to become a man. But the society has misled our children. Let them believe about they just need more money. No, you need structure, you need principle, you need maturity, you need value, you need godly stuff, you need God present, you need Eden, all of stuff like that. So these are the laws God has laid down. So number 4, pattern and a blueprint. So Eden is a pattern and a blueprint that we should look into carefully. So when you have a family to be free from this, the man and the wife and husband and the wife and the husband, they gotta get back into Eden, get back into God's presence, start healing their emotions properly, and they start creating force of income in God's presence, using God's image of creativity or selflessness. Then it's just a matter of time. When you keep laws, it's a matter of time to revive anything. You provide the water, sunlight, proper natural fertilizer to a plant, the plant will revive in a few weeks. Same thing. So if we go back to divine design, if we obey the laws, we will heal our home from financial issues. And these lessons should be taught when we are teenagers. Unfortunately, I listened to Mr. Warren Buffett one day. He said he started investing, he was 11. 11. Most of the 11-year kid, if you give them any money, they would think about sneakers. He was taught you have a penny, think about stocks. See that? You don't necessarily invest in the stock, but it's about thinking growth. Your brain should need to think more than just consuming. So the pattern is right there in Eden. Get the pattern right, and the Christ teaches, and the setting of the Eden is done by Christ himself. So there's so much in Eden that if I want to continue, we might not close today, but I need to go. I need to continue. Number 5, potential. So if a household right now understand God's purpose and vision for finance, you get it right, it's not about finance, it's about management. It's about managing for the Lord and for the blessing of humanity. Number 2, provision. God has provided his image, provided the earth, provided everything for us. Nothing comes down from heaven, nothing. It provides all we need, time, talent, everything. Provision is so much. Number 3, the laws and principles. Go to Eden, learn the laws. And then pattern. Adam and Eve as a family in Eden is the absolute pattern. If you follow these 4, then the potential is you're going to be financially free. I challenge anybody to do it. I challenge any family right now. Say, by God, from now to next year, we're going to heal emotionally. We're going to get in Eden, in God's presence. And by God's grace, we're going to create a force of income. And by God's grace, we are going to manage whatever God has given us properly. Time, talent, everything, relationship, the connection, manage everything. When I talk about manage, I mean a whole lot. It's a serious thing about managing time. If you can cut off your time you watch a TV or you are on your phone every day, if you find 2 hours every single day, every week you will get at least 16, 12 hours to learn something every week. Do you know that when you spend 10,000 hours on anything you do, you're going to master that thing? Go and look at it. It's a principle. So if every week you can get 12 hours every week, every single week, 12. You multiply that by what? By 10, that's 112 per week. Okay, multiply, you have 52 weeks. You multiply that by 5 first, that will be 60. And the 60 plus times 10, that will be 600. So if you have 12 hours a week, times 52, that will be 624. If you do right. I want to make sure I made that calculation right. Check it out for me, please. So anything you put that kind of hour into it, you'll be surprised. And you keep repeating it. You do that for 2 years, you get 1,000 plus hours, you will do something. 10,000 is for extreme mastery, but a foundational 1,000 hours is good enough. Anything. Cooking and whatever you're learning, whatever you want to develop, apply 10, they want to apply 1,000 hours to it first. You get a foundation you need, and then you multiply 10 times. You're going to be mastering that stuff. What's that? It's about managing time, right? You can spend the same time calling people, talking about nothing good, talk about people. Do that every day. Watch TV, watching Mr. Trump. Then don't be surprised why you have difficulties of your finances. The time for husband and wife to pray and be creative and ask God for revelation about things to serve people. You spend the time fighting and arguing for nothing. Then don't be surprised when you are, I don't want to say the word broke, like when you are in some financial difficulties. So you're not managing time right. You're not managing God's image in you, creativity. Some of us, we are like that. We don't create anything. We just live. Then don't be surprised, because money is not about money. It's a conversion of values, conversion of service. So if you're not expressing God's image in creating things and doing things to serve humanity, then you're not creating value and nobody's going to give you any money. So money is not about paper, it's not a paper. Money is a value that is converted in quantity. That's called money. Number 6, possible challenges. So if you want to change your financial situation, you're going to make a lot of changes. You got to stop shopping around, buying things you don't need. You got to empty your closet, sell a lot of stuff, you got to restart things over, cut off a lot of things you don't need. You have to. And then number 7, the willpower. You made a decision. This is what I'm going to do. And you'll be surprised. I believe in every one of you. You have God's image. You can do way beyond you can imagine. But the problem is we are trained with a very small mind. We think very small. So we act corresponding to it. So what do we have as a result? Almost nothing. Every one of you right here have a talent that if you put time to it, you apply the image of God to it, you pray and ask God to reveal things to you. How Joseph went from the prison to the palace is by divine revelation. Yes. Some of you are medical missionaries. Choose one disease and specialize in that. Diabetes, whatever, become in the whole America #1. Create a center just for diabetes. Go out of the city, create a place for people to come to 100% diabetes. I guarantee you, you will make a living. Guaranteed. They will prefer just being a medical missionary, running around with the 8 laws of hell, not helping anybody. Really? You gotta go deeper and bring something unique and put your fingerprint on it. That's it. There is so much to do. You can choose to take care of women's beauty. not just physical beauty, but you blend it with the spiritual one. Talking about character and also make them glow. Make a business now to make women hair grow and glow, make their skin look good, cleanse them and detox. You will live large. Then instead, the time to read and research and do things, what do we do? Watching TV, calling people, talking about nothing good. We are in a time where everything should be easy. Your phone have so much. You have website to reach to. You have books to download. We use them to go to Facebook, watching people, video we don't need to be watching, every kind of stuff. Wasting time, wasting energy, wasting family, wasting everything. And you are surprised why we are like this. So please, I don't want you to get me wrong. I want us to see that we are not living right. Things I know today, if somebody taught me this thing at least 15 years ago, what I know now, if anybody showed me this thing in 2010, what? Actually, maybe 10 times better than right now. Yes, it's about understanding. That is the key things. So God, people, may the Lord bless you and keep you. So I want to summarize. Number one is the foundation. What is the foundation? The systems. You got to understand it. That we have two systems. God's system, where God provides and we manage, and there will be no poverty. Simple. And then Satan's system, where he controls everything. And as long as you follow their system, you will never have anything really. So you want to talk about God, purpose, and vision for the finance of your family. Number one, get into God's system first before we talk about Genesis 2, whatever, all of this stuff. So that's the first thing. Then when you get in a God system now, then you look at divine economy, which is not about much money. It's about having a good health, a balanced marriage life, a proper faith in God, or have everything set properly. Divine system. Then we can talk about how Genesis come in. So in the Genesis, we're going to look at God, purpose, and vision. And there, what's God, purpose, and vision for the finances? For him, he wants us to manage selflessly. That's it. That is God, purpose, and vision. Then he made a provision. He provided everything. Then he gave laws. And the laws are simple. Go in Eden, you got all the laws. Now, when you grow anything, you bear fruit. When you have fruit, now you can multiply the fruit. And then when you multiply it, you replenish, and you replenish, you dominate. That's from Genesis 1:28. Every company you see out there, how they function. Take McDonald's, they start with one store. They bear fruit. Then they multiply it. Then they replenish. Then they dominate. You are a medical missionary, start something local. You've developed a very good diabetic kit. Very good, it's working. 1, 2, 3 people have a good result, fully reverse, great. Move from there, you multiply it. So the first thing you did is called fruit. You bear fruit. Second, you multiply. Third, replenish. Fourth, dominate the market of taking care of diabetic people naturally. Publish books, online training, everything. Before you know it, people will beg you to take the money they have so that you will take care of them. So God, people, there's laws. And the pattern is Eden, right there. Get Eden correctly. 4 rivers, everything, 4 stream, It's the same to law. The law are applied to the parents, okay? Same thing. A balanced marriage life, because when Eve chose sin, Adam chose sin, they was out of Eden. Right away, they have a lot. They don't have anything. In Eden, have everything. You have food, you have everything there. So it's very important to know that most of the problems we are having are from violation. Sometimes the violation are not from us. Like I said previously, according to God's design, a good man keep inheritance for his children. It's your grandfather, and your father should help the young man to set up, have a structure, everything, and then he can welcome a woman into it. You don't have that structure, sometimes it's not your fault. But unfortunately, we're suffering from it, you know? So may we get this thing right. If we do it right, the thing going to change around. That's the potential. Number 6, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very hard. Number 7, apply the willpower. And I promise you, you're going to see things change. You're going to see things change around super quick. Super quick. Very quick. You are a sister. You have a gift of teaching. Can educate young people. Start today with the internet, with everything. You can create online classes, set up a system. If you find a godly sister you can work with, create a whole curriculum. It might start small. You're going to end up with 10 students, then 100, then 1,000. That's it. Whatever you do, you bear fruit, you multiply, you replenish, and you dominate the market. That's it. But you look at it as serving people in larger scale. So God, people, financial situation is not about money. It's about systems, about structure. So get your health right, get your marriage life right, your relationship, all of that right. Get your connections right, the way you manage people, the way you manage time, the way you manage everything. So there's so much, there's a lot in this stuff that we don't have a lot of time, but this is just a little taste of it. All right? I encourage everyone have goals, have a big goals. Normally, a young boy should be taught. We should be taught. It's hard. I wish I can explain. It's painful sometimes to say it. A young boy in their teenager should be taught. A boy that's 15 should know everything by now about money, almost everything, taught by the father and a grandfather. And it will be taught from 15 to 25. We want to help you to set up really good. Develop skill, learn about investing. Even though you don't have money to invest yet, start learning about it anyway. Summertime, do a little job somewhere. That's how the Jew function. And they learn how to create a company, how to do this. We just want to have a degree, have a job. And who's going to employ us? The same Jew. Now we surprised where they are rich, we are poor. They create. We just want to work and buy food to eat. So please, get it right. Get it right. It's not too late. But I want to say this again. It's not about money. No. It's not about money. It's about system. It's structures. So don't pursue the money. Pursue the system God has created. The Eden system. Okay? Eden, first stream of income. God present. Stop managing things properly. Managing time, talent, all things right. As a result, money is going to start flowing to you. All right? So for the men, normally we should be taught to plan at least 25 to 30 years ahead of time. That's how it should be. At least 25 to 30 years. Yes. That's how we should be taught. A teenager, 15-year-old should be taught how his life will look like in the next 30 years when he will be 45. It's a teaching him. If you work this summer and you get $1,000 and we invest $1,000 for you, how much that will be when you will be 45, 30 years later? Many of you on this line right here, the last 20 years, if you were taught properly how to work right, how to invest right, do things right, today you will not need any money. A young boy, 10 years before he get married, if a parent work with him to set up a structure and a strong foundation, 10 good years, let's say from 18 to 28. You're going to school to get a degree. You're also doing something part-time. By the time you are 23, you finish college, everything. But in the meantime, every summer you have been working. And parents help you to be investing, doing things, all of that. 23, you get a job. You don't move out. You stay with the parents. From 23 to 28, 5 years, you don't have a wife, you don't have a children. You work 2 jobs. Doesn't matter how hard it is, work and work. In Eden, you should work and you must work. If a young man works 2 jobs, the first job is taking off his bill, whatever. The second one is 100% invested. If you can invest just $2,500 a month as a young man, every year that's 30,000. Invested for 5 years, you have at least 150. You invest 150 by the time you are 28 in something good. By the way, if you are investing that, the first year you put 30,000 into 10% investment. Second year, same thing. By the time you're 5 years, you might easily reach somewhere around 2,000 already. Or 200, sorry. I'm sorry, 200,000. And with that, with the guidance of parents, father and grandparents, they're going to help you now to have a foundations. With your job now, you can have a house where you live. It can be maybe 2 apartments. You live in one, rent the other one. The other one you rent out becomes a stream of income, extra. You see that? Then you start working to start developing things over the time. You have another one. So before your children get to the point where they become a lot of burden, you have 4 streams of income running. That's it. And that's how the Jew and a lot of people function. We don't do it like that. We're surprised. When you have a job that provides only for you, and then now wife come, then 4 children come, 5 children come. How one salary can do all of that? It's not possible. It's not possible. That's why we should not be surprised when we don't prepare for it. It's not possible that a salary for one person will take out 7 people. It's not going to work. So again and again, if we have chosen God's system, even like Amish, that's another way to look at it, where a young man start having plantations. They have enough land to plant fruit trees, nut trees. At least 5 years before he get married, have a lot of things running already. And at the same time, learning to publish some books, do a lot of other stuff. The time he welcomed a wife in that home, a lot of things are already set. Yeah. And a wife come as a helper. If you don't have a foundation, before you can carry somebody, you need to be settled first. If you sit down, if a man is sitting down right now, you can have a woman sitting on your lap, children on another lap, and have another child here, another child here. You can carry a lot of people when you sit down. But when you are standing, you can't carry a woman standing, you can't carry children standing. You will crash. That is a problem for many of us as men. We are not established first. We don't sit down first before we start carrying and bringing the load of a wife and children. Now we are crushed. You didn't do anything wrong. You have been misled. So I want to encourage you to know it's not too late. Sit down with the same wife and children. Restart over. Go to Eden. Divine power will make things work by His grace. So may the Lord bless all of us. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord bless you abundantly, that we go back to divine economy. All right?